Today we have the Mevotech TTX TXK80026 upper and TXK8607T lower ball joints that fit the Ford F250 and F350. Mevotech TTX ball joints are built for high-usage commercial and passenger vehicles, SUVs, fleets, and working trucks to deliver extreme performance. In preparation, be sure you have all the proper tools. Most importantly, a ball joint press with the correct adapters and cups for the job, as well as a calibrated torque wrench, a ball joint and tie rod separator, and all the proper PPE to keep you safe. Important: have a new wheel end seal kit available, as all seals within the wheel end will need to be replaced. The axle seal will also need replaced. The OEM recommends using a special axle installer tool to ensure ease of installation. To begin, properly lift and support the vehicle. Remove the wheel, then remove the brake caliper, and securely hang it so there's no tension on the hose. Now, disconnect the pulse vacuum hub hose. Remove the caliper bracket, and remove the brake rotor. Remove the 3 screws on the hub lock. If necessary, rotate the hub lock to the auto or free position to ensure the wheel hub can be removed. Remove the brake dust shield. Then, remove the ABS sensor lead screw and remove it from the wheel hub. Remove the retaining clip on the axle shaft. Remove 4 nuts for the wheel bearing, and then remove the wheel bearing. Suspend the tie rod end so it doesn't fall, then disconnect the tie rod end. Note, when working on the passenger side, you may also have to detach the drag link from the steering knuckle. Next, drive out the axle shaft seal from the rear and remove the axle assembly. Loosen the lower ball joint nut. Remove the cotter pin from the upper ball joint castle nut and loosen. Remove the lower ball joint nut. Carefully remove the upper ball joint nut. Then remove the steering knuckle from the vehicle. Remove and inspect the camber sleeve for damage and replace if signs of damage or out of roundness are found. Use emery cloth to clean the upper and lower axle housing bores on the vehicle. Note: the contact areas around the camber adjustment sleeve must be cleaned to ensure proper install. Failure to do so can result in a hard-to-steer condition. With the steering knuckle in a vise, remove the retaining clip from the lower ball joint. Now, select the proper cups and adapters for the lower ball joint. Assemble the ball joint press and remove the lower ball joint. Next, assemble the press tool for the upper ball joint and press it out. Use emery cloth or a wire brush to remove rust and corrosion from the bores and surfaces of the steering knuckle. First, install the upper ball joint using the proper adapters with the press tool. Place the adapter on the ball joint, install the ball joint press, and rotate the pressing screw to install the joint in the housing. Work slowly at first to make sure the ball joint is not crooked or misaligned as it is pressed into the housing. Continue to press it in until it is fully seated. Repeat the procedure to install the lower ball joint. When pressing in the ball joint, ensure pressure is applied to the mounting flange and not to the back plate or lamination. Install a new retaining clip on the lower ball joint. Now, install the steering knuckle onto the axle housing. Install the upper ball joint castle nut to hold the knuckle in place. Then install and torque the lower ball joint nut to the initial torque of 35 foot-pounds. Next, torque the upper ball joint castle nut to 70 foot-pounds. Then torque the lower ball joint nut to the final torque of 148 foot-pounds. If necessary, additionally tighten the upper ball joint castle nut just until the next opening aligns with the cotter pin hole, and install the Easy Snap cotter pin. Note that an offset cotter pin is included that may be used if the cotter pin hole is below the slots in the castle nut. Install the grease fittings on each ball joint. Now make sure the axle housing sweeps freely through the full range of motion. Using the wheel end seal kit, replace the 2 seals on the wheel end and 1 seal on the wheel hub bearing. Now complete reassembly of the vehicle in reverse of removal. Always follow the factory service manual for correct procedures and torque values.